Very creepy, very medieval. Look at these bulbs, man. They're so wild. Those are nuts. All that work was worth it. Look even better once these are painted. I'm gonna do a quick test. I filled this empty degreaser thing up with the metal blackening compound, and I just want to do a small test here and see what happens. I'm doing a test. Hello, GoPro. That's been about 5 minutes. That was with no cleaning and no acetone. So this one is going to be, I just acetoned it. So I want to see if cleaning it helps it a lot. Okay, so I don't know what metal blackening is or does. I've tried it now on some of these fleur-de-lis. These are 2 or 3 coats of metal blackener. Looks like it's corrosive to a degree, and it has made it darker. Like here's one, that's one I haven't done, and that's, you know, it's obviously had some effect. But this is a zinc plated bolt and it's pretty black. In fact, I should have left the chain zinc plated if I knew that's how it would react to zinc, because that's pretty close to what I want. Even though the customer said soot black, like chimney soot, ash, fire ash, soot, that kind of soot, is obviously very, very, very flat black. No shine whatsoever. I'm starting to wonder if I shouldn't just paint these things with a matte black, really matte black, and then kind of come over with some sandpaper and, like, you know, expose some of the metal through the high spots and then clear coat. Basically do some sort of faux finish instead of trying to use this metal blackener, because it's not that I can't use the metal blackener, it's just that I don't think it's really going to achieve what I thought it would in my head. Of course, I didn't exactly know what it was gonna do. I'm wondering if it's for, like, specifically bare metal. Yeah, so I don't know. It's just not exactly doing what I thought it was gonna do. So I've cleaned this rusty chain after trying to blacken it. This is after using the metal blackener on a rusty chain. So obviously it does nothing when there's an oxide layer already there. So I'm going to try, I have a little bit of flat black paint. I'm gonna paint maybe one of these top plates and this with flat black, and then see how that looks, and then maybe sort of try to distress it a little bit and see if we can get close to something that I like a little bit better than that. Because while I think, like, this is almost like bluing, like a gun barrel or something, not quite black. I was thinking real black, like black. Yeah, I'm just gonna see what flat black looks on, maybe I'll paint one of these, paint that, I'll clean them with acetone first and then spray them, and then see how it looks, see how I feel about it. This is what it looks like wet, shiny, but hopefully the idea is when it dries, it gets flat. This is just some crap I had sitting in the painter's cabinet. I might get something a little bit more professional, something that's made to go on metal. But it's a good proof of concept. See you in a second. Well, while the flat black paint is drying, I'm gonna try to mock up some of the electricals and get my cut list so I can cut all my wire. So here's what I'm dealing with. The cord has to go from socket to socket to socket to socket and so on, and climb up the chain at one of these corners. So that means at a certain point I need to wire this wire to that wire, and they need to either join at the socket, which is probably not a good idea, or join just under the socket. So that means I'm going to need to cut short lengths of wire to go from the socket to just below this, and then my union will happen down here. So I'm thinking those are going to be crimp connectors, and then for this I'm going to wire on spade connectors to the end of here so that this section gets really easy. So I crimp the spade connector onto this wire and then stuff that underneath the screw and tighten it down. So, and then I'll get my cut lists, you know, so then I'll just cut a bunch of wires that go from here to here and then here over to here. This is why we mock up. So I think I'm gonna tally up some things, order some electrical connectors, and then Monday we can paint and assemble, and then these things are done and ready. Well, at the time of filming this, I just noticed we hit 6,000 subscribers on this channel. Thank you guys so much for the support. It's kind of surreal, honestly, because my day-to-day is just keep my head down and trying to run the business and make money the old-fashioned way by working hard and building stuff for people that they like. And this YouTube thing has been like a side parallel to the business and sort of an accessory to the business. But it's clear that the community's there and the support is there, and you know, it's a viable, you know, secondary source of income, however small that might be. But it's really encouraging to see the support from the community. And you guys, thank you for just giving a shit. So we're gonna keep doing stuff on the channel. In fact, I wanna just keep amping it up, add more and more content, bigger builds. And liking and subscribing is a huge way that you guys can help doing that. So thank you so much for all the support. But anyway, let's get back to finishing these light fixtures. So currently it's Tuesday and I'd like to install tomorrow. All that I need to do is paint and wire, which is a lot. So we better get started now. I've tried metal blackening solution. It is no longer here. But what I'm gonna do is end up just painting everything in a matte black. The customer just wants the blackest finish possible. So I'm gonna clean up these chains, which is ironic because they were really clean when I bought them and I made them dirty in hopes that that was what we were gonna do, but now I gotta paint them, which is okay. Enough talking, let's hang, clean, and paint. Then hang, clean, and paint, then wire, then install. Let's do it. Wire brushing the rust off of chain is terrible, and I would recommend no one to try it. It feels very silly and futile. It's good enough. Let's clean it with acetone. It appears I wasn't filming while painting. Sorry. Okay, so I got one wired up. I soldered all the connections and heat shrinked everything. The reason I did this was because I wanted it to blend in as much as possible. I didn't want any wire nuts or, you know, I bought these 3-wire connector deals that theoretically would have worked, but that just looks like crap. So I used heat shrink and I used some fork connectors to go in here instead of trying to stuff the loose wire into the screw there. I decided to use the fork connector and just made it a lot more solid. And then of course at one corner here, I've got lots of cable. What I'm gonna do now is go ahead and put bulbs in all these, throw a socket on the end of this, and make sure it lights up, make sure everything works. And then I'm gonna take this one, hang it over there, throw another few coats of paint over all the electronics and everything, try to blend in the wires so you can't really tell, and then wire up that one, and then I'm done. Kind of hard to believe, but we're gonna get there. Let's do it. Very creepy, very medieval. Look at these bulbs, man. They're so wild. For those wondering, these are Satco flicker bulbs, 3-watt clear, E20, E12 socket, medium base, standard bulb socket. Those are nuts. All that work was worth it. Look even better once these are painted. Crazy how it flickers like that. I'd love to know how these work. All right, well, time to wire the other one up. Alrighty, it is install day. So it's the morning. I'm gonna take the morning to double, triple check everything, make a list for install because I'm gonna be up on the mountain away from all stores, so I need to bring everything with me. I just wanna be fully self-sufficient up there at the customer's house and not have to come back. But I think fairly straightforward. I did get some lap links, they're called. These are chain links that are supposed to be squeezed together. Don't exactly know how hard it is to squeeze, so one thing I was gonna do is try to like squeeze these together with just a pair of pliers. See if that's possible, because that's how I'll have to do it up there. I won't like have a vise to use or anything. So I was gonna see what these take to squeeze close, and I might use these instead of the half links because at least these would close all the way for extra safety, but let's see. Let's see if I can squeeze one. I'm not very optimistic about this, but oh, actually bends pretty easy actually. I ordered more, so I'm not like ruining this one. That's not bad. I think there's always going to be a little gap there because of the spring back in the metal, but I think these are made to like repair chain. So yeah, I might just paint up these real quick and use those because that would be much more secure. Though it all depends if I can fit that fat end in one of these links. I don't think that double end would fit in one of the links. Don't exactly see how that's supposed to work. I think I need to squeeze it, be able to squeeze it more than I'm going to be able to on the field. So I think I might just leave it like that. I really don't see this ever falling apart. I mean, look, for that to happen, there would need to be an earthquake or something. And a massive one at that. These are never gonna fall apart. I mean, even if the chain goes slack, you know, it doesn't have anywhere to go. I think that'll be fine. I'm no expert, but it should work and be safe. All right, so I'm gonna quit talking about that. I need to take this plate and actually weld to a half link here and a half link here. And then this plate just needs one half link, because what happens is you can picture it, the wall, there's a chain coming from the wall with the wire in it. It goes to the first chandelier, and then chain comes from that chandelier to the second chandelier. So the top plate at this chandelier needs to have a hook for chain on both sides. The plate for this chandelier needs to just have a hook on one side. So I will utilize the existing chain for her current chandeliers and just replace her chandeliers with mine. Hope that made sense. All right, we're all loaded up. They're upside down right now because I wanted to paint the bottom one more time and let it dry in the back of the truck. But here we go, up to the mountain. Hello everyone, I am in Floyd, Virginia. I just climbed the mountain. Beautiful drive up here. So the game plan is we're gonna get there and see the lovely Miss Betty Bond. We're gonna remove her two existing chandeliers and put these two in their place. The installation always kind of weighs over me a little bit. You know, it's stressful because, you know, did I remember everything? Did I, you know, meet the customer's expectation? Did I mess anything up? You know, did I measure it right? Did I get the finish right? In this case, Betty does not have a texting phone or email capabilities, so I was not able to send her pictures of any of the lights as I was building them. So this will be the first time she's seen anything. So I really hope she likes it. I think she will. And we'll get them installed. See you in a second. Well, how about that?
Oh wow, that's so beautiful.
Isn't that crazy?
Oh my goodness. Well, I don't think it's too long.
No.
I mean,
We said 32. That's
yeah,
exactly what it is. And there's the first one hung here in this lovely house. It just looks so good against your ceiling.
oh, I tell you, it took something about like that to do this room justice.
Yeah, it's such a big room. The light fixtures need to be grand as well.
23 by 23.
Yeah, and the 10-foot ceilings.
Yeah.
All right, let's put the second one over there. Well, you like them?
I love them, Tay. I love them.
That's the best feeling in the world.
Oh, yes.
I mean, you couldn't have a more perfect room for these things to live
I
in.
know, really. And I get the room all set up. I'll have to call you and let you come over here when I get it all set up.
I'd love to see it. Yeah.
I'll call
I'll
you.
wear my suit of armor. Alrighty, well, I hope you move your bed back, but
Okay.
I think that's it. That'll just about do it. Well, Betty, thanks for trusting me with your project. We're gonna head on back to Roanoke, but
Okay.
I hope you enjoy them for many, many years.
I hope so. I will, if I live long enough,
Oh,
I will.
You got a lot of fire left in you,
I hope so.
just like these bulbs. See you guys. Another satisfied customer. She was over the moon, and I tell you what, it is moments like this that reminds me why I do what I do. I just love bringing people's ideas to life, this sounds grandiose, but making people's dreams come true. That she had the complete concept for those lights, and I just made them happen. And I think that feeling for her was incredibly satisfying. And honestly, they look cooler than I thought they would in that space. I mean, her house is perfect for them. They look right at home, and it's some of the coolest lights I've ever built. And I've built some cool lights. But look at this property. Let me turn the ND on here. Look at this. She's got like 30 acres out here. Absolutely beautiful. The sun's gonna go down in about an hour. I got about an hour ride home. Thank you guys so much for watching. The channel's growing at a rate that is mind-blowing to me. I love that you guys are engaged and I get to share what I do with you. And just thank you for everything. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe. It would mean the world to us. And we'll see you on the next one. Bye.